What is up, guys? It is True Up here, back with another video. Today we're gonna finish out our hostage rescue missions on how to win at Door Kickers 2. Now I know some of you are like, man, you really haven't dropped a Door Kickers 2 video in a minute. That is not because we are stepping away from Door Kickers 2 by any means. In fact, it is quite the opposite. I am working on a very ambitious project that is definitely above my skill ceiling, but as with everything, moderation is for cowards. So I'm sending it, and I'm sending it to the best of my abilities, but that does mean it's going to take time and a lot of effort around my job. I am still active duty, and around my 2 young kids that I have to take care of still. But fret not, I do think that the wait will be worth it. But it does turn out that making cinematic content is very hard when your editing skills are still somewhere between YouTube beginner and PowerPoint with sound effects. But without further ado, we are going to kick into this How to Win at Door Kickers 2 episode. Now, this is the first mission, Maniacs Mansion. You start with 2 4-man teams. You cannot do one big 8-man team. You must split them like this. So we're going to do a Simo breach, which is super cool and fun in real life. Honestly, it's kind of annoying in the game. It's the only reason I don't like big maps with a bunch of people in this game is not because the big maps aren't fun and interesting and difficult to tackle, but because micromanaging, the more people you have, the more micromanaging there is, and it can get a little tedious, but I digress. So this side has a nice big graded gate. So what we are going to do is have our 2 guys get their diminishing returns on their respective sides, not crossing, just like a door in the house, not crossing the frame. And we give them the old thumbs up go command. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it makes it so that as they are prying this frame, they will stop when they see a threat and eliminate it before they continue to move. This makes it so that your guy doesn't step out here and overexpose himself to 10 dudes at the same time, right? If he just walks straight to this point, he can only kill so many at a time. Now he's got 10 dudes just fucking coming on him. Anyways, yeah, so that just slows it down and makes it more safe, and you'll see what that looks like when we start it. And then this team over here, we're going to get this door open. We don't have a tool that makes it fast and easy, so they're going to get that open. And then one man's going to kind of dig here for a second. He's going to clear this way, and then he's just going to walk straight down, pulling security to the south here, and then he's going to plate his team across, pulling coverage south the entire time. And then 2-man is going to become the 1-man as he goes straight to his breach point. The new number 2-man is also going to look south, supporting the dude that's plating across, and then the new number 3-man is going to pull security long. He can also pull security southward if he needs to. Let's take a look at what all that I just explained looks like. So as you can see, these guys down south, they're stopping when they see a threat. Every time they see a new threat, they stop and they take care of it. This helps them not overexpose themselves, as I said before. These guys are about to get the door open, and they're going to punch in. So as you can see, 1-man looked that way for a second, it was clear, dig south, to plate across. These guys are doing their work, making their way to the breach point. He's going to stop on the corner here and continue to pull security while we get into the house. Opens, he's going to get his diminishing return here, and then he's going to punch in. The reason I don't have him immediately dig this corner like he would in real life is because I've just played the game enough. I know that the computer's not going to put anybody there because you can't move there. So if you can't move there, the computer's not going to put anybody there. But yes, real world, just in case you're interested, 100% you dig that corner. You even walk up this wall a little bit, get your scan this way, and then your number 2-man is going to push in and then go to whichever door he deems necessary, plug a window, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that. But this team, this guy's going to pull security on this door, but then we're going to stack on this door and punch in here because we are trying to find the hostages. I am fairly certain from my last playthrough they are in this room. So we're going to bypass this door and make our way to the hostages as fast as we can. and we don't need to clear every single room to do that. Now that these guys have eliminated all their threats, I have them moving to their breach point over here. Just like urban movement, one man is focused on the next threat, which is going to be that breach point. Two man's going to be pulling security this way. Three man's going to pull security that way, and then four man will just kind of pay attention to him, and we can adjust him to pull security wherever anybody needs help. Up here, I kind of missed it, but these guys breached. So what I had happen was one man came in. This door was open, but we already kind of cleared the outside. Not that we can't have squatters coming from this house or around this way, but I feel safer this way than I do this way. So the one man actually digs in, hooks to his left, our right, and then immediately snaps to this open doorway here. I don't think I've ever talked about it, but just in case you care for real world lessons, if you go through, dig your corner, and you have an open door in your primary sector, you do not finish your primary sector. Well, it can be hit and miss. For the most part, you do not finish your primary sector and then do a secondary sweep and then snap back. You will do a primary and then you will snap to that target. If you are good enough and you know, like, okay, well, this is a hallway. There's nobody in here. I know for a fact. It's not a big crazy room. You don't even do that primary sweep. You go to this corner, you see the open door, you snap to it. Your two man's gonna plug this. Your three man's gonna plug this if it opens, like whatever. That's what your support guys are for, right? But just something on sectors of fire when it comes to your priorities of engagement. Anyways, we'll keep these guys moving. And I ended up having these guys hold here while these guys breached over here. I should have moved this guy right here. I don't know why I have him up so far. I probably just moved over here and didn't realize it and got sucked into all this. But anyways, he's gonna open that door. We're gonna punch in one man because we have all of this clear, right? One man's gonna come in and immediately go left and clear all this, and then two man's gonna come up and everybody's gonna flow behind him. So that's exactly what happens. We're going to get security on this door, and then we are going to clear this. Now, I know I just said we don't need to clear everything because we are getting to these hostages. However, in this direction, right, this is where we are going to evac these hostages if I don't end up killing all of the bad guys, which I do. But if I had cleared it enough to where I wanted to grab these hostages and just boogie out, I want to bring them this way. That is part of my evac plan. So I don't want this to be a dangerous area or a doorway that can open while we are trying to exfil. So I do want to clear that real quick for that reason. So we're just going to open it, hit the small bathroom, you know, real world, you call your short room, get your diminishing return, hook in, clear. Once it's clear, we're Gucci gravy, good to go. All right, so once that's clear, I have these two guys stay behind to pull security this way because that cuts off this entire section of the map, right? That makes it completely secure for these guys to move here, at least from this direction, right? And then I have these two guys punch out. One pulls security this way and one's going to pull security this way. This does two things. Real world, they still can talk to each other, so it's not like we're losing continuity. It also helps secure our evac route, right? This guy's pulling security this way so that if any squirters decide to come out, he can eliminate them. And then this guy's pulling security this way so that not only does it keep squirters from coming out and interrupting us while we were trying to evac, but this also helps effectively cut off this house completely as a support element coming into the house this way. Because if anybody tries to come out now, if anybody's left in there, they have to cross this ranger's line of fire, and they're not coming. So, yeah. And then two dudes from each team punch in. We are going to secure this room, and then I wanted them to secure these two rooms real quick, and then we are going to get these hostages and exfil out. As you can see, these guys are doing their job. I had these guys come in. They have this really nice little cross coverage square that makes it so that nobody can pop out of these doors right now. As you can see, that guy just got smoked as soon as he tried to come out. All right, let him move a little more before I explain this. All right, as you can see, I got them close and they're mirroring each other, right? So as you can see, one guy from each team is covering the door they're moving to, and then one guy from each team is securing the opposite door they are going to. Why would I have this guy looking into this doorway when this guy's already doing it and they're at the same angle? They're getting absolutely no value from that. Okay, you guys need to start thinking about not where is this team going necessarily, right? Especially when you get to these bigger rooms and stuff. You need to ask, what can number one man, and you need to go down like the checklist, right? What can one man, or what should one man be looking at first, right? He should be looking at that next threat that they're going to, always, all the time. And then ask yourself, what's two man's best thing he can look at, right? In this scenario, the number two man for both of these teams have a better view into this room at a different angle than the organic team does, right? So they are just pulling their cross coverage while they move. And then it's going to be like a left side, right side problem almost, where once they get there, then they are going to snap to their threats together, handle these rooms, and protect each other from these rooms. See what that looks like. Hopefully all these explanations make sense. As you can see, they're pulling coverage. They get to their spots. Now they are both taking responsibility for their room. Flashes are going in. We're going to clear both the rooms. I've got this guy, number one man. There's more dead space over here, so he's going to cut in and dig to his left, our right, and then two man is just going to dig to that corner. One man is going to come in. This is kind of a 50-50 shot. I just pick left, and then two man's going to dig right. And then the final enemy's down here. We eliminate the threat. We win the mission. I'm digging a little more into my explanations because it has been requested. If for some reason I look at my viewership and I notice people don't like watching the video as long because I'm over explaining, then I will just correct course back to the way I used to do it. But I'll basically let you as the audience decide what you like more. So let's get to the next mission and we'll deep dive into that as well. Rolling straight into Countryside Jackpot. This one's pretty fun. We have a time sensitive target here. Right off rip, you got to get to, and then the other hostages are over here. No time on it. However, you don't want to be too slow because they'll probably get executed at some point. So what happens is I have these guys roll straight in just like an alleyway. You got 2 and 2 on each side. I have these guys come down and push across because they have more standoff for this area they're pushing into. However, hindsight, if I was to do this again and or do it in real world, these guys would come cut in this way, while these guys simultaneously pushed down this way, pulling security this way. Because what ends up happening is during the time that these guys come down and push over here to the left, when they're walking from here to here, they're completely cutting these guys off from security this way. And if somebody comes around this corner and looks northward toward them, I mean, they just have delicious enfilade fire straight into them, and these guys can't really help them. This would be a machine gunner's fucking dream coming around that corner. So just so you guys know, you should probably do it this way, where this side cuts into the right and these guys push down. But these guys are going to push across. Once they're good, the A code is going to be given, and then these guys are going to push down in full security this way. Let's take a look at what all of that looks like that I just explained. Coming downtown, they're going to roll. That right side is going to roll straight into it. Goes and gets them. Left side gets that A code, pushes down, and then these guys push to the door. Somebody tries to come out. We're already pulling security. They're going to run straight down. There's a bunch of crap in this corner, so no need to dig it. So the next threat is this immediate open way. We're just going to run along the wall, keeping that standoff, getting these guys running out. Once they've cleared that room, these guys can now push up. They're going to push into this room. This team is going to come this way because they're going to throw flashes from over the fence for him. Pushing in, he's going to dig this one corner they couldn't really see. As you can see, he had, as soon as he cleared that corner, snapped to his next threat and then just rode it straight up. Straight to this door. It's open. That's why we dig him. He's going straight in the open doorway because, again, this is a hostage rescue. We don't want to be taking our time and being too lackadaisical. Team knows where they're going and what they're doing. Doors open. We're just going to take it. Digs left. 2-man continues forward to help secure this and the possibility of this opening. No one's there. He's going to immediately snap to the open door because that is more dangerous. That is our next threat. Now this guy's going to get his diminishing return. They're approaching the door, so we're going to start throwing our flash grenades now. Stuff's in this corner, so it's clear we're good. As soon as the flashes go off, we open the door, get our diminishing return, punch out. Actually, everybody dies before they can even punch out, but then he would punch out, clear that way. Next mission. The Handover. This one's also pretty fun. You get 2 operators and the secret squirrel agents that I don't really use. They're kind of useless, but anyways, we're gonna punch the Rangers up on both sides of this vehicle, get in security. Luckily, every single combatant is not looking at us, so we're gonna use that to our advantage. I mean, I'm not gonna do, if the game's gonna do it, then I'm gonna play the way I would in real life. Nobody's looking at me. I'm gonna get as close as possible, all surreptitiously, deliciously, and start opening fire. So we get these guys on. Once they get set, we let them rack off. I noticed that guys get covered because they can't see, you know, through the cab, which is kind of fair. I mean, there's windows, but whatever. Game-ism thing. So once they start kind of clearing the people, I just punch these guys out. We'll see what that looks like.
Alarm has been raised.
Punch them out. They start murdering all the rest of them. Then we make our way across the bridge. Guys are peeking out from behind that building. They'll take care of them as they go. Once we get to about here, that's when we start getting exposed to this window, so we're going to snap to it immediately. And of course there's a guy there because I'm a genius. He needs a quick reload because we've been going through some rounds. And then this guy's going to punch straight to the door, and this guy's going to plate him. As you can see, he was getting a little ahead of him, so I stopped him to let this guy get a little ahead so that he's actually in line with this window when he plates him. Yep. Bad guys in the room, as is tradition. Get this door open, get our diminishing return.
Good job.
And we murdered the last guy because we're incredible. Fergies party surprise. So for this one, you spawn down here. I went ahead and skipped the part where I walked my guys all the way over here to put this wall charge. So as you can see, I am placing a wall charge and I will be breaching this way. Why am I doing that? Because yes, you can come around here. Can you go through these open gates on the front and just do some urban movement, you know, to your breach point and breach through here? You absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with doing that. However, you have to understand what you're exchanging for that, right? You are going to come in through this open threshold, and not only do you have this big courtyard here that probably has a bunch of people in it, but you could have open doors right here already and a plethora of insurgents all up in here just ready to just mow you down as you come through this. And you're probably thinking, well, true up, we do that all the time going into rooms. We go into rooms and we expose ourselves through open doorways. Yes, but in the room, you can throw grenades, you can throw flashbangs, you can clear most of it already. There's a lot of stuff on the side here you can't see until you approach it. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot more variables. It's a lot of open space. I cannot have my equipment reach all the way into here. I can't have it reach all the way into here to help give me that freedom of maneuver to position myself where I need to position myself in order to fight effectively. So we are going against a lot of chance encounters just from here to here, as opposed to just blowing a hole in the wall right here, busting through, pulling security left and right, and then punching to this window, pulling security in here, murdering everything inside, and hopping this window and getting our foothold in this room, and then clearing our way through, which is exactly what we do. So let's take a look at what all of that looks like. Again, you can absolutely go this way. Just do it correctly and do it to the best of your ability. Make use of your equipment out in this courtyard and stuff. Pull your security initially this way, and then have your guys shoot out. Not wrong with it, just, you know, multiple ways to fuck that go. So our first guy punches in. He's gonna go right because obviously the majority of this building is to the right. He's gonna see through these windows. He's got all this courtyard to the right. You know, there's a dead wall over here. We're not going to push our first guy left, but the second guy is going to go left. And then our third guy is going to come in, and as you can see, he's going to immediately snap to this window, walk up, and get that diminishing return all the way in. And then our fourth guy is going to come full security this way. As you can see, that guy is already doing his work. This guy is also already doing his work. Honestly, I should have moved this guy because of this long-range engagement. I don't really know why I didn't. I think I was paying more attention to this because this is a like immediate fight happening with multiple people. But yeah, just seeing how far that guy is and he's hiding behind cover, I definitely should have just said hit and punch this guy in, because now this guy's pulling security this way, so it's okay, you know, if we didn't get everybody through these windows or whatnot. And then I probably should have punched this guy up full security that way. So in hindsight, if you play this mission and you do it like this, do that. This guy's getting shot through these windows from a long distance. Just go ahead and cut him in, have him full cross coverage this way to help cover this door, and then punch this guy up in full security north along this back end here, because I end up having to clear it later anyway. So we get a quick mag change because we went through some good rounds during that engagement already. And then we're going to get in this room and secure this foothold. We use windows all the time because most people are expecting you to come through the door. So as long as you can clear it, this is definitely a dangerous consideration. I could have tossed a bang in. I was just fairly confident there's no way. Real world, you can literally just like lean your head in the fucking window and clear it real quick. You can't do that in the game, but I was confident there was nothing in there. Luckily, I was right. Otherwise, this dude probably would have gotten pieced up pretty hard. But yeah, if you want it, you can totally just throw a flashbang in that corner just to be safe. It is what the equipment is there for anyway, so you might as well do it, honestly. So now we get the rest of these guys in. We punch through this door. As you can see, the door was already open. I should have had him already snapped to that, but in my brain, it was like, the door's closed, but I don't know that because this is the fog of war area. So by the time I even realized that that door's open, luckily this guy, because he's walking this way, he snaps through it himself and sees this enemy. But yeah, if you are going to come around this unknown corner and there's a door there, make sure he's actually looking at it as he's pieing around. And then we're going to have the whole team pie across. I know it's kind of a rule, you don't cross like open thresholds like that in a room, but the problem is we have this wall here and this little tray. We can't exactly flow into the room right there. So the safest way to actually do it is to get everybody on this side of the door, get them prepped, and then we will enter. And to do that safely, everybody needs to just pie across and pull security. So that's what I have them do. And then once they do that, we get our quick step center, because I know there's a lot of guys in here. So before I just punch straight in, I wanted to just get that good look. Get our quick diminishing return. As you can see, I have the check mark going. I do remember to take it off because I'm getting better at it. They punch in. He punches left, he punches right, but I choke him up right here. This is not a traditional room. This is a gigantic ass room, so I choke him up. We handle it a little differently. And I kind of let them hang out. They're just doing work. People are coming to us. There's no need to rush it if they're going to come to us and let us kill them. You know what I mean? So just let them do their work. I check everybody that needs reloads. Do our quick reload. And we punch out. All right, so these guys are going to punch this way and then secure this way. These guys are going to punch in and get ready to go into this room. I definitely should have had this guy looking this way the whole time. I don't know if I fixed that, but I do not. I definitely should have. Luckily, as they round the corner, they look that way. You know, it's just a control-ism thing. I didn't have them do it. Once they're done fighting, we get our flashbang in there. And then look at this clean entrance. Cut left. Cut right. What it looks like. Have these guys securing back here a little bit. Side I don't care enough about back there. The hostages are over here. I don't care about these CIA agents. I don't play this game for the CIA and the SWAT stuff, I'm gonna be honest. People have been begging me to do the SWAT stuff because it's harder. I might do it one day because it's harder, but I mean, I like LARPing as Rangers and Special Forces guys, so that's how I play this game. But anyways, You guys are gonna breach this way and this way. As you can see, he got his diminishing return. We did see on the diminishing return that this door is open, so they're gonna flow straight into it. And we do have 3 bad guys. One's a suicide bomber, so luckily he eliminated him very fast, and we have the rest of the hostages. Same thing, we're gonna get our diminishing return, and then we were gonna punch left. And then these guys are gonna secure this. This guy, when you try to have through hostages, they just automatically set your guy to start rescuing hostages. It's super fucking annoying. I wasn't trying to do that yet, because I don't want to grab them yet. But anyways, get a door charge on this because I want to get some standoff from it. I think I ended up accidentally clicking it though when I didn't mean to. No, I didn't. I get a little standoff. Open it up, and then what happens is, I'm not gonna make y'all watch the rest of it because it takes a while, but I punch out, and then there's like one guy way over here that I end up having to go kill. But that's the mission. You can come do it yourself. As you can see, I clear all this. Just respect your corners, clear everything, do your security. You'll find the last guy, and then you can murder him. All right, for our man in accounting, we have to rescue this guy. I guess he's our accountant, and he sees all the dirty shit on our books, like the Epstein files, so we have to go get him before he snitches. Maybe we unalive him, who knows? So these guys are gonna punch out, get ready to pull security. This guy's gonna bash this door open here with the hammer. Bing. Opens up. Already pulling security, so they start doing their work. As you can see, we punch him in. This window's closed. That's the only reason we're not worried about it. If this window was open, which it is sometimes, one man would actually dig in and come cover this corner. The 2-man would come across as best he can, plating him and pulling security this way. And then we would start working the doors we need to 3 and 4 flow in.
Alarm has been raised.
But the window's closed, so we go straight to our initial breach point, which is just going to be this door. And then this guy, because this door is closed, is going to pull security long and push across, and then 2-man is going to come take up the door. 3-man's going to open it for him. And as you can see, the security man's doing his work, and he's doing his work really well. We push him up enough so that there's not a good angle onto his back, right? If he was like all the way up on this door, he could get shot in the back from this really tight angle. You think it's funny until it happens. The more paranoid you are with angles, less chance you're going to get shot. Pushes in, digs his corner, kills that guy. I have these 2 bypass that door, and I let the rear guys pick it up. I have these guys pull security this way. Gets his diminishing return. This guy decides to poke out. This guy takes care of him. But we're still gonna come in, dig this corner real quick, make sure it's clear. It is. We're gonna get on these 2. Get our diminishing return on this super small room. All the doors are closed, so it's super easy. We're gonna get in here. We're just gonna pull security. This is the guy we need. So we're not gonna open this. And I don't think I open this because there's no need to. Just pull security on him, and if we have to deal with them, we'll deal with them when we come to it. But right now we have a hostage to get, or a VIP to capture, so we're gonna get him. Kill that guy, get our diminishing return. Right here, he automatically pops up because he sees us. He should give us a second, but it's fine. You can't control the hostages. Get that guy killed. And then I know all this is clear. It's a game-ism. Normally I would escort this gentleman all the way to it, IRL especially, but it's a game. The entire map is cut off. This is not a mission where reinforcements can come. So we just send him on his merry way and keep all this closed. Because again, if you don't have to deal with it, don't. And that's how you win missions. And last but not least, we have Vantage Point. This one can be complicated, not because the layout is difficult to deal with or anything, but because I've noticed with this one, the AI is randomly hyper-aggressive towards hostages comparatively to the rest of the game. I have no problem with the AI being ultra-aggressive with hostages. It's just there's no real consistency in my mind as to why it happens on this map specifically. So depending on where the hostage is, they could just get shot in like 2 seconds. I can't explain it other than that, but I'm just going to tell you how I did this mission and it worked. But in this mission, you have to be super aggressive. and you have to be super quick. You have to apply the principles, but also break some. It's not even speed is security. Speed is security, but it's speed is security for the hostage, not speed is security for you. So we place a door charge. We get our quick little on the frame. We get these boys pushed up. You want to get set up as best you can before you go loud, because like I said, once you go loud, this guy could turn around, snap kill this guy. It's flip a coin. I can't tell you why he does or doesn't do it. Again, as it correlates to how they deal with hostages in the entire rest of the game that I've played. But we are going to synchronize this sniper shot with the door breaching, and then I will talk through how I push these guys in. Speed is security, but we do still utilize our flashbangs here. Shot happens, door opens, flashbangs immediately get thrown in. These guys work while they're throwing. As soon as they go off, we push in. The more guns we get in this fight, the faster, the better. So let's go, go, go. This guy cuts across because we know we have dudes over here. And then this guy's gonna look this way. As soon as he got done murdering that dude, we're clearing this room. We need to bump out and get this hallway, and we need to start making our way towards these hostages. I tried to get my sniper to get this guy because, again, they like to naturally get hyper aggressive. I get lucky, he doesn't shoot him, but I do end up sprinting these guys down this hall. Murder everybody down the hall. As you can see, I got them sprinting. And this guy's even almost out of ammo, but I need him to get in this room. If he has to transition to his pistol to save this hostage, that's what's going to happen. Push these guys in this room. I see this door open. It doesn't matter. The safest thing for this guy to do now is just get in this room, support his buddy, and then these guys are going to take care of this hallway and this door if need be. So I let them continue with their plan. This guy gets murdered. We got rear security. We know this room is clear. Sniper's cleared this balcony, so I know I can reload with this guy. These guys take care of this guy. And then we push him down the hallway. I'm bypassing closed doors right now. Push straight in. Dig our corner, get that guy. Push up, hit this bathroom real quick. This guy opens it before I can even open it, so I know he's in there. And we get the good murder during the diminishing return. And that's it. Hostage rescue mission smoked like tag. Come back and see me for the next video, boys. Peace.